Just 5 years ago, Bolton's owner had not been to the stadium in months following angry fan protests, players had not been paid, and the club had been handed a last-gasp reprieve at the High Court over an unpaid tax bill after a mystery buyer pledged to pay off debts. The person giving those assurances turned out to be Lawrence Bassini. And Bolton fans need no reminder how that turned out. Happily, the ownership structure of one of the league's founder members is now an entirely more stable and proactive proposition, one discussed in glowing terms by the EFL as part of their ongoing campaign to improve football governance. But that is not to say there are not questions to be asked of Football Ventures and the shareholders they have brought on board since 2019, nor of their strategy for returning the club to the Championship or even beyond. A discussion point emerged recently when paperwork submitted at Companies House earlier this month, declaring the current makeup of the club's parent company, Football Ventures, Whites, Limited. At the same time, a profile interview by the Bloomberg news agency also highlighted some of members involved in the BMLL Group, a consortium which had steadily increased its stake over the last couple of years. The investors, made up primarily of around 25 families who work at Trafigura, a multinational company who are one of the world's largest suppliers of commodities metal, minerals and oil, had not previously sought any public profile. Within the course of a brief interview, Ben Luckock, brother of Football Ventures board member Nick Luckock, confirmed they were not involved in frontline decision-making. Nevertheless, their investment has to date now procured a stake holding of between 25 and 35% in Football Ventures, second only to FV chairman, Sharon Britton. And that has raised legitimate questions from supporters on what their future involvement may entail and what are their motives for investing. Chief Executive Neil Hart says the BMLL Group's input has been required to keep the club competitive in League One and will be if they intend to move into the Championship. But the net effect of their greater shareholding on the running of the club has been minimal. It has been business as usual, he said. The documents which people have clearly picked up on at Companies House are a paperwork exercise, let's be frank about that. We have to operate within the rules on governance. For many years before myself and Sharon came to the club, they were in breach of all those rules, didn't do the things they should be doing. So, yes, we file stuff, and yes, we are communicating where we are at from a shareholding point of view because we have to do that, legally. What you have seen over the last couple of years is that the BMLL Group have invested in the football club and that investment has been fabulous and required. We want to be competitive and want to move the club forward.